Hello everybody, this is Gregory with How I Lost Over 100 Pounds and I've kept it up for 30 plus years, where there should be no hesitancy in your weight loss and in your weight maintenance. Today we're going to talk about what to do when you have a pretty severe physical injury that's going to limit your ability to work out and strength train and do cardio. Now before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my two books, which you can find on Amazon, and my podcast, The Awakened Man, which is very health related. It's been around since 2017. All right, so I've been fortunate, and I think some of this is just I do my best to take care of my body, but in my 32 years of weight loss and weight maintenance, I've never had a severe injury. I think probably at the most, I've not been able to do cardio for maybe 2 weeks because of maybe, I think, a calf injury. But I mean, it's been so rare. I've never broken a bone. There were a couple of times when I was doing shoulder shrugs that I pulled my back a little, but nothing to the point that severely immobilized me. And luckily, I've never been in a car accident or anything that's completely immobilized me. But this can happen. This can happen to any of us. This can happen to me today. What do you do if you're losing weight or you're weight maintaining and now you're essentially immobilized? What can you do? Well, remember, first of all, 70% of weight loss is diet. Yes, you can lose weight without exercising. Exercising, of course, has a lot of ancillary benefits. One is that it's going to help you burn calories, so you have even more of a net deficit. So for example, if you're a woman, you're supposed to consume about 2,000 calories a day based on age, activity. This can vary and so forth. But if you are working out, you have the choice of either, and let's say you burn 500 calories through exercising. Remember, we're always burning calories just by metabolizing and moving the body and so forth. But let's say you burn 500 calories in a workout. So you either can eat 2,000 or 500 calories more because you're going to burn that 500, that's going to go back to 2,000, or you can still eat 2,000 calories, and because of the 500 calorie deficit through the workout, if you keep having 500 calorie deficits for a week, you lose a pound. So, and plus the mental health benefits, the physical benefits, the heart benefits, all these other things. But you can still lose weight or weight maintain by diet. Now, a lot of us in the past, and I've talked about this in my personal videos, do calorie in, calorie out. And I did calorie in, calorie out for a long time, meaning I would eat a lot of junk food and then go to the gym and burn it off. And I just do this for years. But that's not the best road. The best road, of course, is do the deep work, don't have a disordered relationship with food anymore, and so forth, that we pretty much talk about in every episode. But while you're getting there, you might have to do calorie in, calorie out, and you've been doing this, and then boom, now you have an injury. So what are some things you can do? Well, first of all, know how injured you are, know the extent of the injury. And this, of course, can vary depending if it's like a bone problem, a muscle problem, if it's something that's going to impede your ability to do squats compared to your ability to impede your running or swimming. These are greatly different. And so if you're having a lot of pain, the whole idea of no pain, no gain, that's nonsense. Pain is your body's way of saying that there's a problem. Okay, there's a problem going on. Now, like when I'm running, I might have like a little twitch in my knee at the beginning of my run because I start really slow, and I know that's going to go away. But if you're having a persistent chronic problem, don't be a fool, because all you're doing is doing more damage later on. So depending on what the injury is, like if it's a muscle pull somewhere, you don't need to get an MRI typically for that. For that, you just need to rest. At the beginning, you can put some ice. Later on, you can put some heat to it and just nurse it, and eventually you're going to get better. But if it's something like a knee problem, or like a ligament problem, or a bone problem, or something that's pretty severe, yeah, you should go see the doctor, because you need to get diagnostic imaging, x-ray or MRI or whatever it is, to find out what it is. Because let's say if you have a ligamental tear in your knee, it's important to know that if you want to either like do cardio, or let's say you do want to do squats or something that puts a lot of pressure on your knees, and you don't want to do that because you have a ligamental tear. So you kind of need to know what's going on. But either way, is it possible to maintain your weight maintenance while you're recuperating from an injury? Yes. It's going to take a lot more restraint, and it's going to take a lot more forbearance and prudent judgment in terms of like your food choices, but it's possible. Now you got to know what is your range of motion. So let's say you can't run or you can't lift. Okay, well, you can compensate by walking. If you're not having pain when you're walking, or the doctor says that walking's fine, depending on what the malady is, okay, then walk. So for example, like in the summer, I run in an indoor track, or I swim in an indoor pool. If if I have an injury that doesn't allow me to run, okay, I want to walk 5 miles. Yeah, it's going to take at least twice as long, but I'll do the New York waltz if I can, if I don't have pain. But I'm just going to increase my low level activity, my low wear and tear activities. So if I can't be running, or I can't be gliding, rowing, or I can't be swimming, or like I say for lifting, if I can't be doing squats, or if I can't be bench pressing or whatever it is, then you kind of work around it. You brainstorm, okay, what can I do still? And then do that. In addition, if you have money, do cryotherapy. Go into the freezing chambers, because we know that rehabilitates faster. Do that. Increase your fasting, increase your sleep, keep your stress levels low, and allow your body to convalesce. And eventually, whether it be a muscle tear, which should heal pretty quickly, or if it's a ligament tear or even a fracture, which will take a long time, just like we did in the previous episode, don't freak out. Freaking out is going to lead to triggering the hind part of your brain and the kind of the rat part of your brain, where you're just going to be like food, shelter, sex. You lose your reason. That's not going to help you. So yes, injuries happen. It's about what are you going to do with it. Just like with suffering, right? Suffering comes. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to deal with it? And it's the same thing here. Don't catastrophize and think it's the end of the world because you have an injury. Patience. You think about, let's say 6 months ago, you're stuck in traffic and you're like, and then 6 months later, like right now, you don't even remember that moment 6 months ago. So it's kind of the same thing. It's going to, in a year from now, you're not even going to remember this injury if you take care of yourself and so forth. So don't freak out. Keep your body moving, make better dietary choices, sleep and all these things. And next thing you know, you'll be fine and you can go back to your regular routine. Guys, post in the comments. Let me know if you've had a bad injury and how you dealt with it. Until next time, take care. God bless and pray.